Greetings, Phantom fans! Dan Herman, publisher of Hermes Press, with our new DC Phantom Volume 3. Here it is, Phantom fans, the final installment in our complete DC Phantom series. And if you haven't bought Volume 2, which is here, isn't that a great cover? And Volume 1, which has a fantastic cover by no other than Joe Orlando, who was very important at DC Comics, was a publisher, worked with Wally Wood, worked for DC Comics, and was a storied producer of comic book stories going back to the 50s. Knew Frank Frazetta, was involved with that whole group of people. And that not only did Joe Orlando do this book, but it was written, the stories were written, the first 4 stories were written by none other than Peter David. And Peter David wrote our first 6-part Phantom series, which was collected in a graphic novel, which is still available for Hermes Press. But let's talk more about Phantom DC Volume 3. As you can see, this is the last handsome volume in the set. You can put these books together, and we'll do this very briefly, and you can have a very nice collection in your library. And notice all the spines line up and look very good. It's a very dramatic cover. Got a great looking back cover. And as usual, we have just absolutely sterling reproduction of the stories themselves. This book contains a lot of information, not only the stories, but a very rare and interesting interview with Lee Falk. I'm going to put the old spectacles on here. There's a brief introduction by yours truly. Then we cover Phantom Volumes 9 through 13 with Luke McDonald pencils and inks. And Mark Verheiden, of course, wrote the stories. And we conclude with an extensive interview with none other than the creator of The Phantom, Lee Falk. Lee Falk interview, as you can see. And this is quite an extensive interview, which was conducted in 1983. And it's accompanied by pictures of the original artist, and Lee Falk. We have some Mandrake the Magician art, and we have obviously a picture of Ray Moore with a picture of Lee Falk. Lee Falk is the gentleman, let me see, in the suit, and Ray Moore is the gentleman with the hat and the pipe. And then we have some original concept art for a Mandrake movie poster, which is discussed because Lee Falk discusses Mandrake the Magician. And I would note that Hermes Press is currently finishing up on Volume 1 of Mandrake the Magician, which will feature the original strips from 1934, the first 3.5 years. And what's interesting about our version is I've looked at the other versions, and it appears that these versions were translated from French comic strips, and the dialogue and the captions don't actually match the originals, which ours do. So our volume number 1 of Mandrake the Magician will be the first that I'm aware of complete original edition. Here's some more of the interview with art in it. So we have the 3rd edition of the Phantom DC, a very nice set of books with absolutely fantastic art and great stories and some contemporary treatment of the Phantom, along with the classic story done by Peter David. I don't think you can do much better than this, of course. If you get the DC Phantom, you'll want to have the Gold Key Phantom. Unfortunately, most of that's out of print, but we did that many years ago. The Charlton Phantom, and of course the King Phantom. So all those books are rattling around in different places. We have some of them left on our website, but these 3 books are still in print, so get them while they're still in print. Any questions? Email us at info@hermespress.com. And that's it for now. Bye-bye.